Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Much Gooderish channel. Behind me is our 2020 24-foot Yamaha jetboat. We have owned this for about 5 years. It is almost August and we have not even had this out once. Not once.
I feel like such a loser.
Because after 5 years of ownership, our batteries have finally crapped the bed. At least one of them has. So I ran down to AutoZone, picked up 2 brand new batteries, just like the ones that are in it. We're gonna get those replaced and try to get out on the water this weekend. This thing is covered in cobwebs because we haven't moved it, and the whole front of it is filled with pool toys because we're using it as a storage compartment. And I've hit my head probably 5 times climbing in and out of this, but we're going to soldier on. And we can take a look what we're dealing with. We have 2 flooded lead acid batteries. Both of them say that they are starting batteries. So that is what I got to replace them. But look at all those wires. So many wires. I usually have these covers over them, like so. Like so. To keep anything from hitting them or making contact with them. I took those off, and over here next to all the switches, hidden way down in there, I do have a no-co charger. I don't know which one of these batteries is bad, but when I come out the other day, it was stinking, and one of them was hot. The back one was hot. I think it's the bad one. You can actually see a little bit of moisture or something back there on that. So our job today, change batteries. Fun. I got these batteries for a very specific reason. No, it's not the Go handles. That's a whole different channel. I got them because they were cheap.
It's worth 200,000, you cheapskate.
114 bucks a piece. Can't beat it. They also come from AutoZone, and there are AutoZones everywhere. So if I have a warranty issue or need to pick up another new battery, should be available anywhere. You really observant ones might be wondering why I didn't go with AGM batteries. They're expensive. Almost 3 times the cost of these. Ooh. So, for $243, after I take the cores in, the last one's lasted, I don't know, 5 years. I figured this was the best option. Oh, oh gosh. Well, crap. I don't have any tools up here. Okay, back down I go. I'm back.
And I am back.
Okay, let's see what we got. It's one wire running to this one and a fuse, which I don't know where that goes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires running to this one. So it's really tight quarters down in here, but all we got to do, got that one nut to take off there, and we have the one nut to take off there. So since it's so hard to film, I'm going to take that one out, put the new one in. I'll get as much of it as I can, but I mean, 2-foot square box I'm trying to work in. Okay. Should be able, just to, pull it out. Just pull it out. Just pull it out. Oh. Piece of cake. Then just slide in a new one. Yep, just slide. Yep. Just slide it in. Yep, slide it in. Oh, just like that. Then we should just be able to hook all of our cables back up. Okay, they're both in. Be careful if you're doing this. Make sure you know where your wires go. That's why I did one battery at a time. Now I'm just going to put these covers back on. Yep, just like that. And I did have to modify these. I had to cut a bunch out for where wires go and all that stuff, but they work. Okay. All buttoned up, nothing binding. Let's test it. I'm going to turn on the house switch, and we have power. Right there. House battery is 12.3 volts. Start battery is 12.4. Much better than it was. Turn both of our switches back off. It does have an emergency parallel, so if one battery does go bad, you can link them together. Gives you the power of all of them, so you can get out of trouble. Get these old batteries out of here. Good gosh almighty. Reach down here in the bellows, pull out our cord for the no-code charger, plug that in, and it is a little hard to see because it's cramped. Both batteries are showing fully charged, so that no-code will keep them tendered right where they are at. And that one little task is what's kept us off the water all year. Talk about lazy, this guy. And I don't know why, but this is the most spider webby summer I've ever seen in my life. There are spider webs everywhere with countless numbers of baby spiders crawling around on them. Everything in the barn is covered with spider webs. And I forgot which battery is the bad one and the good one. Pretty sure that's the bad one from the water on the back. We'll take our trusty little tool here and test it because we get a cord charge for these. I don't want to get rid of a good battery. I'll keep it as a spare. And I'll take the bad one in and another battery I got laying around and get cores on those. So let's test this battery first. 12.9. And then we'll test this battery over here. 3.6. Bad one. Just put a big old X on that one so we know it's bad. Well, it's Monday. It's pouring down rain. And the boat still hasn't moved. But I only have myself to blame because I took forever to put those new batteries in it. I knew it was bad last year. I didn't do it over the winter. Didn't do it all spring. And now here we are. And next weekend, we're out of state, so we won't be able to go then either. So here's for 2 weeks from now. So if you want more tips on how to be super lazy and a procrastinator, stay tuned. Because my wife says I'm the best at it.
He's the freaking best.
That's right.